rather than the left side of the court. That's what they were doing in game one.
Our Blue Cross Blue Shield injury report for the Suns. Mark West has been out with a bad foot. He is in uniform. He is available for duty. That's what team physician Richard Emerson has told us. Paul Westphal says he just would like to see West practice scrimmage before using him, but we'll wait and see what happens in this one here tonight. Suns in their road uniforms, of course. Purple trimmed in orange, white, and black. The Rockets in their home white trimmed in red and gold. And as you know, there are some Phoenix fans here. They'll be trying to make themselves heard over this sellout Houston Rocket crowd. On Sunday, the Rockets got off to a quick start. They led by 10 at the end of the first period, by as many as 18 early in the second quarter. But the Suns, from that point on, the Phoenix Suns started to take over and, of course, came away with a win. Ready for the jump ball to start this ball game. Oliver Miller will step into that center circle for the Suns. Hakeem Olajuwon for the Rockets, and the Suns get the tip. Sabatos holds it and then just hands the ball back to Kevin Johnson. KJ played defensively with Kenny Smith. Out to Oliver Miller, bounces low to Sabatos. One dribble, he better hurry. Shoots it, won't get it. Olajuwon with the rebound. Sabatos took maybe a little extra time on that shot. In the corner, Ori. Here's the bounce pass to Olajuwon to Kenny Smith. Here's the three-pointer, and he got it, and that's the outside shooting the Rockets want.
That's what they want. That's what they feel they need to win.
So it's an early 3-0 Houston lead. Kevin Johnson over on the right side of the court. Then Kenny Smith defending against him. KJ with the baseline drive. Out to Oliver Miller. Miller puts it on the floor, takes it inside, has it knocked away. Kenny Smith gathers it in, and it's the Rockets on the run, but Kenny Smith will drive and score. Blocked shot, layup on the other end for the Rockets.
The Rockets got both things that Rudy T talked about, the long out-court shot and the breakaways.
Just as they did on Sunday, the Rockets have come out very emotional and ready to go. Now here's Barkley in for the jam, and his one-on-one play puts the Suns up on the scoreboard, 5-2 Houston. Kenny Smith over on the right side. The lob goes into Olajuwon. He's at the baseline right. Waits as he one-hands the basketball. Fakes the drive. He's used the dribble. Now comes out to Maxwell. He'll put up a three-pointer. It is short. Rebound Barkley. Barkley starts out of backcourt. Beats Marley out on the break and looked like he was hit and fouled. But the ball was what Maxwell got his hand on, and that deflects it out of bounds. Good play by Maxwell of Houston.
Looked like Marley was going to get a stuff there, but Maxwell has great speed and was able to catch him.
Now the Suns inbound to Barkley. He'll shoot a three. Shazam! What a shot! Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charities, and Charles Barkley's tied the ball game.
Certainly has. Again, the Suns making the Rockets take it down the right side.
Kenny Smith on the dribble, holds up, feeds out to Otis Thorpe. Thorpe the lob in underneath for Ori now. Ori flips the ball out of bounds. One of the Suns apparently deflected it. And with 8 seconds on the shot clock, Houston will have possession. Let's see who the Rockets want to throw the ball in from out of bounds. Nobody yet. Now finally Robert Ori will slide over to the baseline. 8 seconds for Houston to get a shot off. Kenny Smith breaks over to the ball, gets the inbound pass. Marley taking him defensively. Smith out front on the drive to Olajuwon. 16-footer, not good. Rebound tip. Ori's there as it knocked away by Marley. Saved underneath by Thorpe. Miller goes for the block. Foul will be called by referee Tommy Nunez on the Suns' Oliver Miller.
That time, Barkley and Cedric Sabalos battled for the ball, but Otis Thorpe kept it alive, got it to Ori. They knocked it away from Ori, back to Thorpe, and Miller had to reach over and foul him to keep him from the stop.
Otis Thorpe's first free throw is around and off. During the regular season, he had only 65% from the line.
And he's only 4 for 8 in the playoffs, so now 4 for 9, so he's under 50%. If you're going to foul somebody, Otis Thorpe is the man.
Thorpe out of Providence. His next free throw is good. He got one of the 2. And that'll break the tie and put the Houston Rockets up 6-5. Kevin Johnson down the right side of the basketball. KJ keeps it going up and down on the dribble. Sabatos trying to get loose underneath now. KJ's going to be trapped and double teamed. He'll feed Marley. Over it comes to Barkley. Barkley on the drive at the baseline is fouled, and he gets the shot. Count it. Baseline left side 14 feet away with people hanging on him. And Barkley will go to the free throw line, and Otis Thorpe will pick up the foul.
So the score is Barkley 7, the Rockets 6. Charles has been really tough offensively. Shot clock running down. He knew he had to take the shot. Got the Rockets up in the air. Went into them. Still finished it off. We'll try to make a three-pointer.
Barkley, 4 of 5 free throws in the opening game of this series on Sunday when he had 21 points and 12 rebounds. And this free throw's up and good. 8-6, Suns lead it. 9 minutes, 30 seconds plus the time remaining in this opening quarter. Along with Cotton Fitzsimmons, Al McCoy here in Houston. Loose ball, but Maxwell's able to retrieve it for the Rockets. Maxwell goes inside Otis Thorpe. Thorpe with a little jump hook, good. Ceballos was there to try and double team, but didn't reach in. And Thorpe got the shot underneath for the Houston Ball Club to tie it at 8 apiece. Kevin Johnson, right side, goes to Ceballos. One bounce. He has it knocked down by Ori. Out of bounds. Suns will have it. Ceballos was open, but as soon as they saw the pass going in, Ori and Hakeem double-teamed Ceballos.
Well, Olajuwon fouled on the play. Jake O'Donnell let him get away with it. He went right across the arm of Ceballos on that play.
4 blocks for Houston here in the opening quarter. Ceballos inbounding. Barkley against Otis Thorpe. Barkley starts to drive. Thorpe stays with him. Barkley the other way. Fades, looks, shoots, scores. Boy, did he work for that shot.
He worked for it. Shot clock running down again. Had to take the shot.
All 10 points of the Suns have been scored by Sir Charles. Here's Ori on the right side. Inside Olajuwon. He works his way in deep with Miller. The fake, the shot won't go, and Miller with a rebound. Miller's outlet to Kevin Johnson. Ahead it goes to Barkley. Just wasn't looking for the pass. Tough luck. Suns lose it out of bounds, and Barkley says, my fault.
Yeah, he knew it was his fault. Normally, KJ doesn't give Barkley the ball that far out, but the Suns had the numbers, and KJ tried to push it up quick.
Lead pass comes to Thorpe. Marley trying to knock it away. Can't come up with a steal. Thorpe passes down the left side for Maxwell. Maxwell for Olajuwon. He's on the perimeter left. Puts it on the floor. Here's the drive in the lane. Back to Maxwell, but hold the phone. We got a stop and play. Referee Jake O'Donnell going to make the call here. And it's going to be foul on Oliver Miller, and that'll be his second personal.
Yeah, and you don't want him in foul trouble because Mark West is hurt, and he might have to play him late if Oliver fouls out.
New shot clock for Houston. Ori left side. Bounce the ball into Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's that jump hook, that famous jump hook. Good 5 feet away.
Now you see why the Suns don't want that guy on the left side of the court. He can turn right and shoot that hook.
10-10 tie. Kevin Johnson goes cross court for Barkley. Barkley's going to put up a 3. Won't get it. Rebound. Miller good. Oliver Miller on the offensive rebound. Jams it through. Heads up play by the O Show.
And the Suns had Houston's defense doing a little scrambling.
12-10. Phoenix on top. Kenny Smith across the three-point stripe. Here's the bounce pass going to Olajuwon. Has to chase it a bit to come up with the catch, but he does. Looks to back down. He scrambles, and Marley double teaming makes the steal. Suns come up with the ball. Defense pays off. Pass deflected. Who's going to come up with it? Olajuwon. Knocked down underneath. Ceballos has it. Great hustle by the Suns. Ceballos shoots it off the glass too hard. Missed the 8-footer in the lane. Ori rebounds. Out to Maxwell. Maxwell with KJ to beat. Takes it to the hoop, and Kevin Johnson blocks it. But Thorpe saves it, and Barkley blocks it. Oh, brother. Over to Kevin Johnson. We're seeing some excellent defensive play by both clubs. Kevin Johnson to Ceballos. Layup underneath. No. Rebound battle. And Olajuwon gets it. Bounce pass to Maxwell. High dribble out of backcourt. Here's the drive. He's open to the hoop for the layup.
What happened that time, Al? Barkley, Ceballos, Miller chased the ball after the Rockets got it. Left nobody back but KJ and Marley with the numbers against them.
Game is tied now, 12 apiece. Almost halfway through the opening quarter. Here's Barkley, baseline fake, the drive to the hoop, miss it with the left hand. Rebound Ori. Barkley goes down to the floor. Out to Kenny Smith. Push it up quickly to Thorpe. Underneath it goes to Olajuwon, and he misses. Rebound tip to the side to Kevin Johnson. Both clubs pushing the ball up quickly. Both clubs crashing the boards. KJ right side. 14-footer on the way. Swish, it's good. 14-12 Suns, and Kevin Johnson gets the basket.
And he leaned in to Kenny Smith, and he said something that time to Jake O'Donnell. That's something he should not do, because Jake never forgets.
Timeout Houston with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in this opening quarter. Suns 14, Houston 12. Back after the full timeout. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on this, the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on KUTP TV 45 Phoenix.
Well, Charles Barkley scored the first 10 points for the Suns, but then Oliver Miller got on the act with a nice offensive tip.
Yeah, Charles took an out-court shot, and then Miller went very strong in there and just stuffed it down. And it was good to see somebody else score because Charles couldn't do it all night. The defense has been super. Houston has 5 blocks in the game. Suns have 3. Not a lot of whistles. I think when that timeout came, both teams needed it. Physically, they were all gasping for air.
Suns are 6 of 14 shooting. Houston's 5 of 11. This is Vernon Maxwell against the Suns' Kevin Johnson. Maxwell has used the dribble. We wait. And we are going to get an illegal defense warning called against the Phoenix Suns.
That was a technicality. What happened was Marley's man screened across on Barkley. Marley stayed there to guard Barkley's man until Charles got to him. Then he went to his man. Nunez called a quick one.
New shot clock for the Rockets as a result. Kenny Smith going into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe turns his hook shot. Good. Otis Thorpe. Tough shot, but he knocked it down.
Tough shot, but in too close. Charles has got to beat him up there a little further so he's not so close to the hoop.
Game tied at 14. Barkley left of the lane. Thorpe defending against him. That's the matchup right now. Barkley waiting. Oliver Miller comes out on top to pull Olajuwon away. Now from the corner shot, going to be waved off. No, they're going to count it. Count the hoop. There was an illegal defense. Then they waved it off when the basket went.
And the illegal was on Olajuwon.
Right.
He started to go to double team Barkley. He stopped. Jake O'Donnell picked it up quick.
And it's 16-14. Phoenix on top. Kenny Smith waiting as Dan Marley moves with him defensively. The Suns look like they're trapping defensively. Now the ball goes out front to Olajuwon. Back to Kenny Smith. Olajuwon breaks inside. He's got Kevin Johnson on him in a mismatch. Baseline shot. Good. 8-footer. Left
Oliver Miller has to know that screen's there, and he has to get quick as he can to Olajuwon.
Tied at 16. Oliver Miller at the high post, left of the key area. Gets the ball to Barkley, left of the lane. Barkley with his back to the basket against Thorpe. Out front to KJ, now to Marley. Marley starts to drive, wants to go to the hoop, off the glass too hard with the left hand. On the rebound, got a foul called. Cedric Ceballos reaching in. He'll pick up the personal foul.
Marley missed the layup, but you got to give Olajuwon the point because he got up there high. If Marley doesn't put it up there high, Olajuwon gets another block.
Well, on Sunday, the Rockets came out and grabbed a 10-point lead. They haven't done that here this evening. The shot from out front by Kenny Smith won't fall. Rebound comes down to Oliver Miller, his 4th of the opening quarter for the Suns. To KJ. He'll penetrate. Feeds it out to Barkley. Barkley fakes, goes in low to Ceballos. This time, he'll score a reverse layup.
They made Olajuwon work. KJ penetrated. Olajuwon came to him. He threw it to Barkley. Barkley penetrated. Olajuwon came to him. Finally got the ball for an easy hoop.
18-16 Phoenix. Olajuwon low on the left side. Fakes, goes to the baseline. He'll miss the 12-footer. Ceballos to the rebound. Suns doing a nice job on their defensive boards here in the first quarter. Up to Kevin Johnson. Jumper from 20 straight away. Looks good. Is good.
KJ came up. Vernon Maxwell backed up about 2 steps. He took the shot.
20-16 Phoenix. Now the Suns are going to double team. Smithy gets it to Thorpe West to help out. Out front Olajuwon over to Maxwell. Open for about an 18-20 footer. No good. Rebound is off Barkley and grabbed by Oliver Miller. Up to KJ. Push it up in a hurry. Bounce it to Marley. Go to the hoop and score it.
Suns had the numbers. They played good defense on the other end. Got the numbers on the Rockets and executed a perfect fast break.
22-16 Suns lead. 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Robert Horry straddling the three-point line into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe trying to back down on Barkley. Keeps coming, goes in. Reverse layup, good. Kind of an off-balance shot with his back to the basket, but Thorpe able to knock it down for the Rockets, and Thorpe has 7 points. He leads Houston in scoring. 22-18 Phoenix. Barkley on the perimeter. He wants to shoot another 3. Shazam! What can you say?
Well, you knew he would because Thorpe just scored on him. Charles says, I'm coming right back in your face, Otis.
And Whataburger sends $50 to Suns Charities, and Barkley has 15 points in the opening period. Horry inside to Otis Thorpe again. Thorpe waiting, back out to Horry. Horry from three-point range, won't get it. Oliver Miller gobbles up the rebound. Up to Marley again. Marley crisscross to the left side. Stops. Oh, look for Miller, but it's knocked down by Maxwell to make the steal. And now it's Houston with a 3-on-1 break, and they score with Kenny Smith.
You turn it over, they'll get the easy hoop.
Turn it over, and you pay the price. 25-20. The Suns with 2.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Kevin Johnson, right side, behind a Miller screen, gives the ball to Ceballos. He breaks in for a jam, didn't get it. Rebound caroms to the side, and Vernon Maxwell controls the basketball for Houston. Maxwell slices to the bucket. Scoop shot, good. Maxwell and the Rockets hustle back defensively.
There was the difference. Suns had a stop.
Now here's the drive by Kevin Johnson. He'll draw the foul. We'll get a timeout here, and the foul is going to be on Kenny Smith. We have 2:08 left opening quarter. Suns 25, Rockets 22. Back after the full timeout. Say it so often, gotten a block shot. What usually happens at the other end? A layup.
A layup. Otis Thorpe came over, made a nice block. Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell made him pay for it. Just took it back to the other end, laid it in because there was no shot blocker there for the Suns.
Well, a reminder that Neiman Marcus, located in Scottsdale Fashion Square, provides Suns head coach Paul Westphal with his outstanding wardrobe. Neiman Marcus.
I tell you, this is an up-tempo first quarter. Miller has 6 rebounds. Barkley 6 for 8 and 15 points. Olajuwon 2 for 6 and 4 points. Otis Thorpe against Barkley, working on him a little. 3 out of 4 for 7 points. Suns 4 of 13 on layups because Houston has 6 blocks.
And the Suns are shooting 52% from the field. Houston at even 50%. And here's KJ. Kevin Johnson going to the free throw line. He was fouled by Houston's Kenny Smith just prior to the timeout. So KJ will shoot 2, and his first one is up and good. In the opening game of this series, KJ scores had 20 points. He had 12 assists. And was 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Next free throw's up, and that one won't go, and Olajuwon rebounds it. 26-22. Phoenix Suns leading the Houston Rockets here with now 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Vernon Maxwell, angle left side. Looks in underneath, and he has Thorpe wide open, right underneath, lay it up and in.
Suns now will bring it up, make sure they get a good shot. Thorpe working on Barkley. They're going to make Charles play some defense tonight.
26-24 Suns. KJ drives in deep. Can't get a shot off. Throws it out front. Barkley can't get to it, and the Suns turn it over as it goes out of bounds, and that is turnover number 4 for the Suns.
Yeah, you don't want to have a lot of turnovers. Game 1, I think they turned it over 11 times, so Suns are not turning it over too many times. Olajuwon has now left the game. See if the Suns take advantage.
Herrera's checked in. Here's the drive by Maxwell. Oh, he flies in for the jam. Hangs on the rim and ties this ball game at 26. Joe Klein in the Phoenix lineup. Closing minute and 22 seconds of the first quarter, and here's a foul on Kenny Smith. KJ moving to his right to the baseline. We mentioned Joe Klein. He's checked in for the Suns, the veteran out of Arkansas. And Carl Herrera from Houston in his 3rd year at 6'9", and now also coming in is Sam Cassell, the 6'3" first-year guard from Florida State. He'll replace Kenny Smith.
Well, Kenny picked up his 2nd foul. The only way you stop KJ is to hold him. Jake O'Donnell says you got to let go.
Ball game is tied. Now Barkley, double team. Cross court to Danny Ainge, who's also into the Suns lineup now. Ainge driving. Out it comes to Marley. Here's his first 3-point try. Shazam! He got it.
You notice how 3-point shooters look for other 3-point shooters on the court?
That's the Suns' 3rd 3, and Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charities. Here's Sam Cassell, top of the key. Out to Ori. Inside Herrera. Herrera with the turnaround. It won't go. Rebound underneath. A.C. Green, who's in the Suns lineup, has picked it off. So Green, Ainge in there now. Here's Barkley. Fakes left, drives right. He's got some room, but throws it out front to Marley. Now to Danny Ainge. His 3. He got it. Shazam. He got it. And the Suns have 3-pointers from Ainge and Marley and lead at 32-26. Now Cassell's going to be blocked and fouled just as he comes over the time stripe. And the foul going to be on Danny Ainge of the Suns.
Well, Ainge tried to get his body out there in front of him, just couldn't do it. The Suns had a foul to take. And then interesting, Marley threw the ball to Ainge. Ainge threw the ball to Marley. They both love the threes. 32-26,
the Suns on top. Closing 30 seconds of the opening quarter. Cassell Out front with a basketball for Houston. Edges to his left now. Now starts to back against Dan Marley. Thorpe comes out. Let's see if he sets a screen. Now Cassell to his right. Now behind the screen will put up about an 18-footer. Good. Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell, good shooter. Outstanding shooter. All year long, he's helped the Rocket Ball Club.
And it's 32-28 the Suns. Cassell did not play in the opening game. He had been suspended when he was ejected in the final game in the Portland series for Houston. Now KJ on the drive. He's got the step. Doesn't take the shot. Feeds it out to Marley, who will. He'll miss the three. And the first quarter has come to an end here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. With the score after one. Phoenix Suns 32, Houston Rockets 28. And the second quarter coming right up. Al McCoy, Cotton Fitzsimmons here in Houston. Statistically, this game is about as even as you could get, but the Suns have been 4 of 6 from three-point range.
And that is the difference, as you say. They're both the same field goal-wise. Not many free throws. Again, 10 rebounds apiece. The turnovers are about the same, but those three-pointers, Ainge looking for Marley, Marley looking for Ainge. They've made all of it happen. Suns up by 4, but did not take advantage of Olajuwon being out of the game.
Sam Cassell will bring the ball up offensively for the Rockets. Olajuwon back in the ball game. He's out at a high post, played by A.C. Green. Now to Maxwell. They go right to Akeem. He turns, can't shoot it. Goes to Cassell in the corner. Shoots a three and buries it. So Cassell's 2 for 2. Hit a 20-footer. Now he hits a three-point field goal. And that cuts the Phoenix lead down to 32-31. Kevin Johnson goes right, now left, goes to the hoop and scores. And he went right at Cassell. Here's a steal of the inbound pass by Marley. Marley puts up a three. Shazam, he got it. Marley stole the pass. Ellie was inbounding, and he knocks down the super shot of the NBA.
Give all of that play to Dan Marley.
Cassell looking for Olajuwon. Out front it comes to Maxwell. Now to Olajuwon, who had to push off to get the ball, but he does, and he goes to that baseline. 6 feet away, he scores.
AC had him covered beautifully. He made him shoot the fadeaway base.
Suns with the lineup of Barkley, A.C. Green, Marley, Ainge, and Kevin Johnson. Danny Ainge left to the key. Dishes back to Marley. Marley waiting. Now feeds it underneath to Barkley, who's held. And we're going to get a foul called on Sam Cassell. The Rockets have Mario Ellie, Carl Herrera, Akeem Olajuwon, Vernon Maxwell, and Sam Cassell. That's their 5 on the floor.
Well, Barkley, smart play. Pass went into him. He saw Cassell. Cassell came over to help. And Barkley, instead of just taking a one-shot foul, he went ahead and put the shot up. Comes away with 2 shots.
Barkley at the free throw line. He has 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting from the field, including a couple of threes. This free throw is up and in. Just into the second quarter, Rudy Tomjanovich in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Rockets. What a playing career he had.
He certainly has, and his numbers up there in the rafters. One of the best players in the history of the franchise.
Barkley takes his time at the charity stripe for the Suns. Gets both free throws. 39-33. Phoenix leads it. Sam Cassell, first year in the NBA, goes to Olajuwon, who comes out of the high post left to the key. Gives the pass back to Cassell, out to Maxwell. Fakes right, moves left, now to Cassell again. Inside Olajuwon, they double team. He tries to get loose for the hook. He will. He'll get the roll. He'll score. Olajuwon.
Give him credit. He was double teamed. Got it low enough, though, that he thought he could still score and did.
8 points for Olajuwon. 39-35 Phoenix here in the second quarter. Barkley parallels the free throw line on the left side. Gets the pass out to Ainge. Now to Marley. Marley against Ellie. Into Barkley. Behind the back to KJ. Baseline 10-footer. Yes, indeed.
How sweet it is. Barkley, one of the better passers in the league when he's double teamed.
41-35 Suns. Now Cassell drives. Ball is knocked away. We're going to get a foul called. And the foul going to be on Dan Marley. Oliver Miller will check in. A moment ago, that was a beautiful behind-the-back pass by Barkley.
Well, he just sees the entire floor. He knows who's open. KJ finished it off. Paul Westphal complaining because Cassell was trying to pass that basketball to Olajuwon, but Dan Crawford and Tommy Nunez conferred about it. Crawford said no, he was shooting.
Well, he'll go to the free throw line and get the first one. Here's the second one, and that is also good. Cassell, an 84% free throw during the regular season, so you don't want to put him on the line. 41-37. Phoenix leading. Dan Marley out of backcourt. Maxwell comes from the side and makes the steal. Then we're going to timeout call. We're going to get a timeout call with 9:58 left in the half. 41-37 Suns. Will be back after this full timeout. Reminder to make sure you stop by Subway and pick up a Phoenix Suns sports bottle. Just $1.99 when it's filled with Coca-Cola, and 25 cents of that goes to Suns charities, available exclusively at Subway. Well, just before the timeout, Vernon Maxwell came from the side, stole the ball from Dan Marley, and then Marley, retaliation, picks up the foul. Maxwell just reached in, got it. Marley trying to get it back, picks up a pushing foul.
Well, most of the time, Paul Westphal won't make Marley bring the basketball up the court against Vernon Maxwell. Vernon has all that speed, all that quickness. He tried to run a different play that time, wanted KJ down on the baseline, and it cost him.
Barkley with 17 points leads the Suns in scoring. Thorpe has 9 to lead Houston. 41-37. Phoenix leads. Rockets basketball. Oliver Miller with Green and Barkley, the Phoenix front line. Marley and KJ, the guards. Cassell out front. Breaks through. Here's the drive. Take it to the hoop with the left hand and score.
Too many layups in the ball game for the Rockets. Too many uncontested layups.
9 points for Sam Cassell. And the Suns are going to have to put a stop on him. Here's Oliver Miller's pass, stolen by Cassell. Gets the ball to Maxwell. A young rookie who's playing with a lot of confidence for Houston. 41-39, the Suns. Mario Ellie left of the key, now backs away on the dribble. Here's the bounce pass to Olajuwon. Back to Ellie. He's got some room. He drives. Now feeds Olajuwon. Wide open from the baseline. 15-footer good. Game tied.
And the Rockets trying to take control of this game with 9 minutes to go.
They have scored 6 straight points. Kevin Johnson against Sam Cassell. Ball comes to Oliver Miller. He turns and faces the basket. He's out of the high post, right of the key. Dish to Barkley. Herrera playing him. A lot of holding going on in underneath. Bruce Green tries to shake loose. Here's Barkley's shot. Won't get it. Rebound, Olajuwon. Barkley's shot was from the perimeter over on the left side. Back it comes to Sam Cassell. He has come in and really given this Houston ball club a lift in the second quarter. Into Olajuwon. His fake, his jump hook, no good. Rebound, AC Green. Tied at 41. Green will bring the ball up. Keeps the dribble going. Feeds it back out to Oliver Miller. Miller, top of the key, goes to his left, bounces it to Barkley. Barkley against Herrera. Barkley double team, feeds it out to Marley. The three-pointer, Shazam! And Whataburger sends another $50 to Suns charities on Thunder Dan's super shot.
And Rudy T puts both fingers up to his temple as if to say, hey, cut it out.
Here's Olajuwon in the lane. Out it comes to Ellie. Ellie on the drive. Green knocks it away. And the outside official now is going to call the foul. And it's going to be on AC Green, I'm sure. Green comes out to question it. It's a holding call. And they'll send Mario Ellie to the free throw line for the Houston Rockets.
AC went out for the steal. Thought he had the ball. But one thing you don't want to do, like it or not, don't challenge Jake O'Donnell because you won't get the call.
44-41. Suns lead it with Ellie at the Houston free throw line. He will miss the first of 2. Game 3 in this series, Friday night, 7:30, America West Arena in Phoenix.
Ellie also injured. He has the fingers on his shooting hand have been jammed and injured. They're taped up, and it's thrown his shot off a little bit.
And he gets the second free throw. 2-point lead for the Suns, 44-42. Ball finally placed in the hands of Kevin Johnson as he works against Cassell. KJ starts to move. Blocking foul be called on Cassell. That's his second.
Yeah, Sam Cassell has a hard time staying up with KJ. He's pumped up, doing the very best he can. He doesn't have to worry about guarding KJ. He's come in here and really sparked this ball club with his shooting as well as a big steal a minute ago.
Otis Thorpe in, replacing Herrera for the Rockets. Suns new shot clock. Inbound Oliver Miller. Now it comes to KJ on the right side. His bounce pass to Barkley, who's set up right in the lane area this time. Barkley starts the dribble against Thorpe. Backs down, moves, feeds the pass out to Kevin Johnson. About a 20-footer. Not good. Rebound, Hakeem Olajuwon for Houston. Out it goes to Sam Cassell. Makes his way down the left side of the court. Goes into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe posting up. Wheels it out to Ellie, who will shoot a three-pointer. Short. Rebound banged around, and Olajuwon has it. Out to Maxwell for three. No good. Rebound off Barkley, out of bounds. Houston's possession.
Nothing you could do about that one. Good rebounding that time by the Rockets, coming away with it. Barkley went after that rebound, but it just barely grazed the front of the rim and basically hit him in the chest.
13 rebounds for Houston, 11 for the Suns so far in the game. Out it comes to Ellie, now to Olajuwon. Right of the lane. Here's that jump hook. Won't get it. Rebound comes down to Barkley. Outlet pass stolen by Cassell. Cassell steals it at midcourt. Over to Maxwell. He'll try another three. He was due but didn't get it, and Barkley with a rebound. And now we got a foul called on Barkley. Called by Danny Crawford. With 7 minutes left here in the first half.
Paul Westphal going to come in here with Danny Ainge and Cedric Savalas. Some of his people haven't been out. Barkley upset with himself because he didn't come away with that pass a minute ago. Through the long pass, got it intercepted. He is really complaining right now.
He's going to come out of the ball game. Houston has possession. Here's Thorpe. Out to Cassell. Cassell rolls to his left with the basketball on the dribble. Now comes back the other way. Bounces it over to Kenny Smith, who's returned. His 22-footer in and out, won't go. Thorpe rebound, scores. Thorpe had the inside position. Game is tied 44 with 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the first half. Danny Ainge gets the inbound pass up to KJ. Puts it up in a hurry. Bring it down the right side. Has a 15-foot jump shot, but it won't connect. Rebound Olajuwon to Cassell. So Cassell takes it in the lane. His shot off, no good. Rebound battle. Olajuwon's there for the jam. And that'll pick this crowd up as Houston has regained the lead. They have a 2-point edge. KJ against Kenny Smith. Waits. And now he's called for traveling.
The problem when you play Oliver Miller against Olajuwon never guards Oliver Miller. He's always guarding whichever Sun player has the ball.
Well, we're going to get a timeout, I believe. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left in the half, and Houston has regained the lead over the Suns, 46-44. Back after the timeout. Well, the Rockets 46, the Suns 44, and the Suns with a lineup now: Cedric Sabalos, Danny Ainge, A.C. Green, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Johnson. Houston with the basketball. Sam Cassell against Kevin Johnson. Cassell over on the left side behind a Thorpe screen. Now he's going to have an open shot from 18. Won't get it. On the rebound, Barkley. Inside position. He'll clear the glass for the Suns. Gets the pass off to Kevin Johnson. KJ coming down the left side against Cassell. Keeps coming. Starts the drive. Can't get rid of it, and he's double teamed, and Olajuwon makes the steal. Gives the Cassell to Ellie. Bounce it back to Smith. That's the 9th Phoenix turnover. Now it goes to Ellie. He'll shoot a three-pointer there. Not going to get it. Air ball grabbed by A.C. Green. Back to Danny Ainge. Ainge stops at three-point range, but doesn't take the shot. Gets the pass further out to KJ. Now to Barkley. Barkley on the drive. Baseline, about a 12-footer. Yes, indeed, and that ties it.
Paul took Oliver Miller out because he wants to make Olajuwon guard somebody. Right now, he's guarding A.C. Green.
Game has been tied 9 times. Barkley will play Olajuwon, and he gets a block. But the shot will go out of bounds. It'll belong to Houston. They'll have 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Robert Horry will return. He'll replace Mario Ellie in the Houston Rocket lineup. 5 minutes plus remaining in the first half. Horry inbounding to Thorpe out front. Back to Horry. Horry played for the Suns. Cedric Sabalos defensively. They want to go to Akeem. They will. Low on the left side. In the middle, Horry. His shot. Missed the layup. A.C. Green with the rebound. Suns gamble. They triple teamed Akeem. Horry was wide open, and he missed the layup. Now the Suns come down to Kevin Johnson. KJ still on the dribble. Cuts across the lane. Hands it off to Danny Ainge. Ainge back out to KJ. Penetrates. Feeds A.C. Green in the corner. Knocked away by Akeem, but saved by Barkley. Barkley on the drive. Forces up a shot. He's fouled. And he'll go to the line And the foul will be on Otis Thorpe. Say, everybody's invited to join Danny Ainge, Mark West, the Suns Gorilla, and yours truly aboard the Big Red Boat on August 14th. The second home game of the second round will be Fan Appreciation Night, and you'll have the opportunity to sign up the chance to win a complimentary cruise and Disney package tour, including airfare. Well, we've had a technical foul called on Houston coach Rudy Tomjanovich. Ainge will shoot the free throw.
And accused Danny Crawford of bailing out Charles Barkley when he went between Otis Thorpe and Olajuwon.
So the technical free throw shot by Ainge is good. That'll break the tie, put the Suns up by 1. And Barkley, who has scored 19 points, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 4 minutes and 44 seconds remain in the first half. Barkley bouncing the ball, taking his time. He looks, he shoots, and he gets the first of 2.
Charles is certainly on target tonight. He's really concentrating, really putting forth an outstanding effort. Suns are outsized because they don't really play their centers against these two big guys, Thorpe and Olajuwon. It's AC Green, Charles Barkley. Usually, you're either going to have Cedric Sabalas or Dan Marley battling them.
Barkley gets the 2 free throws. He scored 21 points, and it's 49-46 the Suns. Kenny Smith, the lob down the left side to Olajuwon. Suns double team with Ainge and Barkley. Olajuwon throws it out to Ori. Down to baseline to Otis Thorpe. The fake, it's knocked down from the side, but Barkley will be called for the foul. Well, the Suns are doubling down, sometimes tripling down, actually, Cotton, on Olajuwon. That leaves somebody open.
But the Rockets did a nice job. Olajuwon did. He hit Ori. The problem was that when AC Green went out to cover Ori, he left his man Thorpe open underneath the basket. Don't ever leave the basket open. Make somebody beat you from outside. Somebody has to rotate down to cover Thorpe.
Well, Thorpe's first free throw is good. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Thorpe's second free throw is good. 49-48. Phoenix on top by 1 point. Kevin Johnson and Sam Cassell matched up. That's turning into quite a battle here this evening in Houston, Texas. The bounce pass to Barkley. Barkley left of the lane, low on the left side. He wheels it out front to AC Green, who wants to put up a three-pointer. Shazam! How about that?
Paul Westphal said they're going to have AC take the 3 because Olajuwon just stays in the middle.
52-48. Suns lead it. The Suns are 7 of 9 three-point shooting. Gasol to Ori. Ori will shoot a 3. Not going to get it. And Barkley up for the rebound and beat Olajuwon to the ball. Out to Kevin Johnson. KJ handles it down the right side. Out to Barkley. Barkley puts up another 3. In and out, won't go. Sabalos follows. Can't get it. Green is there. He'll follow. Good if it goes. It's gone. Count it. And AC Green is fouled.
The reason AC Green and Barkley are taking the 3s, trying to get the officials to see Olajuwon is nowhere around guarding them. So far, the officials haven't called the illegal defense, but Olajuwon ran for Barkley that time. When he did, nobody was at the basket. Said gets the rebound, throws it to the other side. AC finishes it off. Chance for a three-pointer.
Fouls on Robert Ori. Oliver Miller in, Charles Barkley out in the Phoenix lineup right now. And AC Green at the free throw line. And the free throw is short. Rebound. Cassell has it. He's fouled by Cedric Sabalos. Suns are over the team foul limit. So foul is on Sabalos.
You didn't want that. Said lost his balance that time. He really wasn't even after a steal. He just lost his balance.
We mentioned the Suns' three-point shooting. They're 7 of 10 now. Houston's 2 of 9. And we have 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first half.
But normally, Al, I'll be very honest, that's 70%. If the Suns continue to shoot them, I hope they do it the same way. But when the game is over, they'll probably shoot 35 to 38%.
Sam Cassell's first free throw right on target for Houston.
But one of the reasons you want to take the 3s is the fact that you want Olajuwon out of there. And if that happens, they'll be able to pick up maybe some illegal defenses on him.
The second free throw wasn't good. Miller rebounded, got the ball out to KJ. He almost lost it. It wasn't a very good pass, but he controls it. KJ out front, starts right. Now comes back at three-point range with 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns. Starts the drive in the corner. Green will have to force up a shot. Won't get it from the corner. Rebound Ori. Something that much going offensively that time. Now it comes to Kenny Smith for the Rockets. Cross court to Cassell. Cassell looks in low to Thorpe. Out to Kenny Smith. His three-pointer. Good. That's his second three-pointer of the game. 54-51 Phoenix.
Kenny Smith opened that time. Ainge went down to double Thorpe.
Kenny. Now we've got KJ. A nice 18-footer over Cassell. Swish. It's good. Kevin Johnson knocking it down from the perimeter. 56-52 Suns. Out front, Cassell puts the ball on the floor, brings the dribble drive over to the left side. Ainge shifts over on him defensively. Now we've got some pushing, and it'll be A.C. Green going against Thorpe. Foul on Green. Timeout is going to be called. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remain in the first half here in Houston. The score is the Suns 56, the Houston Rockets 52. And we'll be back right after these messages.
This is a reminder to check your Arizona Powerball tickets. Now, even though you...
56-52, the Suns leading it here late in the first half. And while we're at it, a reminder that season tickets for the Arizona Rattlers are available right now. You can call anytime. 514-TD-TD for Arizona Rattlers season tickets. 514-TD-TD.
You know, the Suns are going to arch them up from out there at the three-point range. Nobody guarding A.C. Green. Shocked the entire crowd when he made it. Now, the reason the Rockets get the threes is because the Suns do a lot of double teaming. The reason the Suns get the threes, Olajuwon stays in the middle. But Paul Westphal figures this way. If Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Horry are all taking threes, Olajuwon's not touching the ball.
Well, going to the free throw line is going to be Otis Thorpe. He's 3 of 4 from the line and has 13 points. Olajuwon has scored 12. Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell each 10. For the Suns, Barkley with 21 points. Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley each have knocked down 11. The free throw by Thorpe up and in.
And that's 3 in a row for Otis Thorpe, who we indicated earlier in the playoffs was 5 for 10. But now he's hit 3 in a row. So I suggest that everybody screen off long. He's due to miss one.
Robert Horry out. Vernon Maxwell replacing him in the Houston lineup. Both free throws by Thorpe are good. 56-54 the Suns. Barkley back in the Phoenix lineup with Green, Marley, Ainge, and Kevin Johnson. Ainge played by Kenny Smith. Smith out on him very tight defensively now. And going to get a foul call on Otis Thorpe, I believe.
No, I think Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith. That'd be his third if it's on Kenny Smith. Yep, little Kenny Smith picks up the foul. That's Houston over the team foul limit.
And we're going to see Scott Brooks come in here because Rudy T needs Kenny Smith. He needs him to shoot the three. Kenny Smith is really upset with Tommy Nunez. Says, I got 3 fouls. Tommy says, I don't care.
Ainge at the free throw line for the Suns and misses the first. Scott Brooks will come in replacing Kenny Smith for the Houston Rockets. Brooks, 5'11", 165. 6th year in the NBA from the University of California at Irvine. So Ainge missing the first free throw and waiting for his second try. Here it is. Got that one. 57-54 the Suns. So Scott Brooks now handling the basketball for the Houston Rockets with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Goes to Maxwell. Maxwell out of three-point range. Holds the ball away from Kevin Johnson. Now fires it into Olajuwon out to Brooks. Puts up a three-pointer. Got it. No, he was on the line. He was on the line. So it's a 2, but it ties the ball game. 57-57. Kevin Johnson against Brooks. He's a little battler, in case you hadn't noticed. Kevin Johnson has stopped the dribble. Out it comes to Green. Now they swing it around to Ainge, and Ainge will fire for three-point range. Won't get it. Out to Kevin Johnson. KJ waiting. Lean shoots and scores. He puts it up and in.
That was an outstanding shot. He was on the dead run, pulled up, leaned in, went off the glass.
It was a 2-point field goal by Brooks, as we mentioned a moment ago. Here's Cassell out to Scott Brooks. Now to Maxwell. Maxwell shovels it underneath, and Otis Thorpe goes in for the jam.
One of the worries you have when you double team, you close out. You don't allow the guy to drive to the middle.
59-58, Phoenix by 1. Ainge shoots a 3 from the corner, won't get it. A.C. Green battles for the rebound. It's loose. Grabbed by Otis Thorpe of Houston. Now Haynes collides with Casal. Ball goes to Maxwell. To the trailer, Thorpe from the baseline. Out to Scott Brooks. Brooks at three-point range. Holds on, goes to Olajuwon. Back to Brooks. Down to Maxwell. Over to Cassell. Cassell left side. He's got a 16-footer, but it won't go. Gets his own rebound in underneath. He throws it out to Brooks. Brooks, 20-footer. Good. Scott Brooks. And the Rockets have a one-point lead.
And Rudy T's Houston Rocket bench have come through for him tonight.
Barkley out front for the Suns. KJ was open for a flash as Brooks went down. Now inside KJ. He throws it out front to Marley. Marley to his left. Over to Ames. Here's another three. Won't get it. Rebound to Casal. Casal stops at midcourt. We have 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Houston with a one-point lead. They led by 8 at halftime on Sunday, in case you've forgotten. And the Suns went on to win. Now they want to run the clock down. Here's Casal on the drive. Pass out front comes to Thorpe. Cross court to Maxwell. Maxwell on the drive. His pass deflected but grabbed by Olajuwon, but they run out of time. 3 seconds left in the half. Suns will have it.
Just outstanding defense that time by the Suns. They scrambled all over the place. They rotated. Rockets couldn't get the shot off, and finally the 24-second clock grabbed them.
Oliver Miller, they want him to get in. He's going to replace Green. Miller will inbound the ball with 3.7 seconds remaining in the half. To KJ, up to Ames. Here's the fake. Here's the shot. He didn't. And at halftime, you recall, Cotton, I mentioned a moment ago on Sunday, the Rockets went in at halftime with an 8-point lead.
Yeah, so the Suns have to feel good. I said this is like a 7th game for the Rockets. They know they have to win this ball game. They're giving it everything they've got. Rudy Tomjanovich's bench has come through for him tonight. Off that bench, Scott Brooks just hit a couple shots, and Sam Cassell, the rookie, just doing an outstanding job for him. So the Suns know they're in for a battle. They certainly have to feel better than they did the other night. And this is a very confident Sun ball club that they can come back in the third quarter.
For our television viewers, stay with us for Channel 3's News Report. Our radio network will get a news and sports update from KTAR in Phoenix. Our halftime score, Houston Rockets 60, Phoenix Suns 59. This is the Suns Basketball Network. Well, as we check leading scores in the first half, Charles Barkley 21 points, Kevin Johnson 13, Marley 11 for Phoenix. Otis Thorpe had 17 to lead Houston.
Looked like their strategy was to go right at Charles Barkley. If he's going to stay in the game, make him guard somebody. Otis Thorpe having his best game of the season against Charles Barkley. Chuck usually takes pretty good care of Otis. Olajuwon, they kept him under control with 12. Kenny Smith, fortunately for the Suns, was in foul trouble. Played 15 minutes, scored 10 big points. And Sam Cassell was the guy. Came off the bench, comes up with 10 points. Danny Ainge struggled from the field, 1 for 5. And Cedric Sabalas 1 for 7. They'll pick it up in the second half.
Suns led by as many as 7. Houston's biggest lead in the first half, 5. We go to the second half. Houston's basketball, and they have a 1-point lead. Vernon Maxwell drives right down the middle to the hoop. He scores it. Vernon Maxwell.
That's not a good way to start the second half.
And it's 62-59. Houston scoring on their first possession here in the third quarter. Kevin Johnson backs down, feeds Oliver Miller out front, down to Marley. A three-pointer straight away. Shazam! But he ties the ball game.
That's the way when they were 8 down Sunday. Westfall started the second half the same way with a Marley 3.
And as you know, Whataburger always sends $50 to Suns charities when the Suns hit a three-point field goal. Olajuwon, Thorpe posting up inside. He cuts across for a right-hander that won't fall, and Sabalos rebounds it for the Suns. We're tied at 62 to KJ. Cross-court to Marley. Marley played by Ori. Cross-court to Barkley. Barkley driving on Thorpe. Bouncing underneath to Sabalos. And he has it knocked away. Ori with a block. Defensively, Houston did the job. To Kenny Smith, back to Ori, in for the jam. Suns did not get back defensively.
Well, they just didn't have a chance. Cedric laid it up with the right hand. Ori was on his right side. He should have used his left hand, and it was an easy layup because of an outstanding defensive play.
Ori did not score in the first half for Houston. Here's Marley, 22-footer off the back of the rim, not good. Rebound Otis Thorpe, 64-62 Houston. To Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith drives the middle. Gives it to Olajuwon, and he has it knocked away. But we are going to get a foul called. And Foul. The foul is on Oliver Miller. That's his third personal.
3 possessions for the Rockets. 3 times straight, the Rockets have been able to go right down the middle of the Suns defense.
Suns have to shut down that middle, that's for sure. Now Horry with the ball. New shot clock for Houston. Horry, one bounce, gives the ball to Olajuwon on the right side. He looks, now he puts up about a 16-footer, not good. Rebound, Otis Thorpe. Thorpe will swing the ball to Kenny Smith. 22-footer, good. Kenny Smith from outside.
If it's not a turnover, it's a second shot. Barkley has to keep Thorpe off that offensive board.
Houston 66, Phoenix 62. We are just into the third quarter, the second half. Here is Barkley. Barkley over on the right side. Barkley waiting. Barkley swings it out front to Oliver Miller. Gets the ball to Kevin Johnson. His 22-footer off the back of the rim. Not good. Kenny Smith with the rebound. Here's Kenny Smith still with the ball. Bounce it in the corner for Horry. Horry to Maxwell. Maxwell, that's a three-pointer, and the Suns will take a 20-second timeout. Maxwell hits the super shot, and Houston has their biggest lead, 7 points.
And this crowd that was criticized after Sunday's game on their feet, cheering, showing the Phoenix group here that they do support the Rockets. Rockets coming out red hot. Suns coming out a little flat-footed defensively here in this third quarter.
Well, Maxwell with 5 points on a regular field goal and then the three-pointer. And that's given Houston a 69-62 lead, putting them up by 7. So both clubs have now been up by as many as 7 points tonight.
And the Rockets get offense in different ways. Sometimes they go inside to Thorpe and Olajuwon. Other times they throw it out for the threes. And then their defense has helped them a great deal. They've been able to run off the shots that are blocked, get the easy layup.
Suns have had 9 turnovers. Houston only 4. Oliver Miller out front, gives to Sabalos, cut to the hoop and score. We'd like to see Sabalos get going, as he did in the third quarter Sunday when he had 5 hoop-de-doos. 5 field goals for 10 points.
Nice back screen by Barkley that time on Horry.
Kenny Smith goes down. Marley makes the steal. Out to Sabalos. Houston hurrying back defensively. Now to Marley. Marley's going to drive the middle. He's stripped to the ball. Picked up by Maxwell. Stolen back by KJ. Underneath to Sabalos, and he jams it with the left hand. Now the Suns better hurry back defensively.
That was 2 points for the Rockets. Great steal by KJ, which makes it a 4-point legitimate play.
69-66. Houston leads. They have the basketball. Kenny Smith. Right side of the court, played by Marley. Now Olajuwon out front, tries to break in low, but they get the pass to Maxwell to Smith. Into Olajuwon against Barkley. His turnaround's not going to connect. Rebound is off Sabalos. Knocked away, saved by Horry. Got to pull that ball down to Kenny Smith. He drops it underneath the Thorpe. He scores, and he's fouled by Oliver Miller.
And it was again offensive rebound. Sabalos has to put his body on Horry strong and go after the ball strong. Secondly, you got to keep those small Houston players out of that middle. That's what got Thorpe the easy hoop and the foul on the Suns.
That's 4 personals on Miller. The free throw is good. So it turns into a 3-point play for Houston. And they're on top, 72-66. We're in the third quarter, 8:25 left in the period. Oliver Miller out at a high post. Bounce to Barkley. Barkley against Otis Thorpe. Double team, feeds Marley. Marley left side, stopped. A little fadeaway. Off the glass, won't go, but he's hacked and fouled. Maxwell picks up the foul for Houston. Marley will go to the free throw line, and Joe Klein in for the Suns, replacing Oliver Miller.
Oliver picked up his 4th foul. It certainly wasn't his fault that time because the Rockets had penetration. Oliver went to penetration, tried to get back to Thorpe, couldn't block the shot, got a piece of him.
Marley's first time at the free throw line, and he's way short with his first attempt.
Crowd loved it too. They just loved it that Marley left it short after making all those threes.
And he misses the second. It rattles around and comes out. So Marley with 2 free throws, neither one goes. You've heard it so many times, particularly in the playoffs, you have to make free throws. Here's Maxwell right side, drives the middle, finger roll shot, not going to go. Rebound, Olajuwon. He waits, he puts it up, it's good, count it, foul by Klein.
Suns are just not going after the defensive board strong enough. If they want the ball, They have to go get the ball. They got to stick their hands on it tough because the Rockets just stay after it. And that's the reason that they're up by 8 right now in this third quarter. Aggressive offensive rebounding.
And the biggest lead for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon at the free throw line. He has 14 points, 10 rebounds. Olajuwon looks, puts it up. It is around and off. And the rebound comes down to Cedric Ceballos. Over to KJ. Kevin Johnson, one of the few times he'll just walk the ball up into the offensive zone. Over on the right side, Kenny Smith defending against him. Bounce it into Barkley. They'll double team Barkley. He goes low to Ceballos, but Maxwell hustles defensively and gets the ball out of bounds.
That's what quickness will do. Ori left Ceballos, but Maxwell was quick enough to come down and pick him up.
Marley, three-pointer on the way. Around and off, and Olajuwon way up to get the rebound for Houston. To Kenny Smith. Smith at three-point range, keeps the ball going up and down on the dribble, feeds to Maxwell. He'll slash inside, and as he does, he's fouled, and they've allowed Maxwell to move into that lane area in this third quarter. He's fouled by Joe Klein.
Well, they've just allowed too much penetration.
Whoop, hold it.
Delay a game. Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley disgusted with what's happening in the way they're playing. He knows he did it. He accepts it. But the Suns defensively got to shape up and quit allowing penetration to the middle by Houston.
Maxwell gets the first free throw, and Houston building on what has been their biggest lead of the ball game. Third quarter here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. Maxwell waiting for his second try. That's up, that's short. Rebound to Joe Klein. Klein bounces it out to Barkley. 75-66 Houston. Barkley goes over to the right side. Barkley now starts to drive. Olajuwon picks him up defensively. Barkley keeps coming. Goes inside. There's his shot blocked. And now we're going to get, I believe, an offensive foul. Jake O'Donnell calls the charge on Charles Barkley.
And I think it was a good call. It was not. Olajuwon was chasing, but another Rocket came over and waited, and Barkley just kept going, and he ran over. And the Suns need to get themselves together right now.
They could use a timeout. Ori out front, one-handing the ball, and now got a technical foul. Joe Klein apparently getting hit with a technical. And now he's been ejected. Joe Klein, I think, has been thrown out of the ball game by referee Jake O'Donnell. Well, the Suns center core is very thin with Mark West hobbled. Joe Klein's been ejected. Too technical.
That's not the time to get ejected because the Suns need Joe Klein. So we're going to go with that small lineup. You're going to see A.C. Green. And the Suns don't also need to give the Rockets any more opportunities. They've given them enough here in the third quarter, and that's why they find themselves down.
And Kenny Smith hits both of the technical free throws. It is a 9-point lead now for Houston. A.C. Green will replace Joe Klein. I don't know. Klein got all upset in a hurry.
Well, I guess he figures Olajuwon gets away with a lot. He touches Olajuwon, gets the foul called on him, and he challenged Jake O'Donnell, and I've said it many times to my players through the years. Don't challenge Jake O'Donnell.
Suns are over the team foul limit, Cotton. Houston has one team foul in the quarter. Olajuwon gets the free throw. And they are cashing in from the line.
Usually, Al, the aggressor is not the guy who gets all the fouls called on him.
The next free throw won't go. It is 78-66. The Suns have fallen into a hole here, down by 12. KJ driving, beats it out front. It's picked up by Robert Horry. Horry makes the steal. Houston on the run. Bounce it back to Kenny Smith. Shoot a three. Won't get it. Ball is knocked up in the air. And a loose ball foul. Going to be called on A.C. Green, and now we're going to get a Phoenix timeout. They need to talk things over. 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Houston 78, Suns 66. Back after the full timeout. 7:30 back home at America West Arena, and you can catch it on pay-per-view. Order now. Don't miss a second of this great playoff action. Order by Thursday for only $14.95. Game day price $19.95. Call Dimension Cable or TCI Cable of Scottsdale and order right now. Suns trail by 12 points here in the third quarter.
And the Rockets are on an 18-7 run since halftime. little over 5 minutes have been played, and they've got that 18-7 run. Pretty simple. Penetration against the Sun defense in the middle, crashing the offensive boards, getting the Suns in foul trouble. And you got to say, Al, that during that period, the Suns seemed, for the first time in the playoffs, to lose a little bit of their composure.
6 minutes and 48 seconds is the time remaining in the third quarter. And the Suns here in this period have already picked up 7 fouls.
To the Rockets, 1 foul. And I know it'd be easy for our fans to say, hey, you know, the officials are leaning towards against the Suns. That's not the case. I really just think the Rockets came out here, took control of this game by an all-out hustle effort on the boards and the penetration, got the Suns defense in a bind, and they're making them pay for it.
Otis Thorpe's first free throw is not good. Houston is 14 of 21 from the free throw line. The Suns are 8 of 13. Thorpe's next one is not good. He missed them both, and Barkley has the rebound. Horry knocks it out of bounds. Suns will have possession with the lineup now of A.C. Green, Dan Marley, Cedric Sabatos, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Johnson. And they trail by a dozen, 78-66. KJ between the circles, moves to the right side, gets the ball to Sabatos, takes it in for a running right-hander, but he traveled. And that's a Phoenix turnover. And for the Suns, their 12th turnover. Houston has 6.
They're very frustrated. I saw KJ look back at Jake O'Donnell that time, said he traveled, and he did travel before he put the ball on the floor. The official's job, make the call.
78-66 Houston. Otis Thorpe out front, down to Horry. Horry waiting. Horry gets the pass out on top to Maxwell. Maxwell tries to move into that lane. Can't this time. Gets it back to Horry. Now to Otis Thorpe. Thorpe swings for his move. The ball goes out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Houston's possession.
It would be great right here for the Suns' morale right now to come up with a good defensive play with 4 seconds. It could be a killer if the Rockets are able to score an easy hoop.
Maxwell will inbound. Again, 4 seconds to get the shot off. Maxwell looking out front to Elijah Wan. A 22-footer, not good. Rebound to the floor and picked up by Sabatos. Give it back to Kevin Johnson. KJ moves. We're halfway through the third quarter. KJ to his left on the dribble. Keeps coming. Stops. 22-footer on the way. Not going to go. Thorpe with the rebound. Suns have not been able to get the ball.